Jax Taylor sheds light on his decision to step away from his bar. Jax Taylor shared a message of gratitude while closing another career chapter. The Valley and Vanderpump Rules alum returned to Instagram on Thursday, July 31, to reflect on his involvement with Jax's Studio City, the Los Angeles sports bar he opened in 2023. The post came just days after Jax confirmed he was stepping away from the business so he could focus on his mental health and 4-year-old son, Cruz Kachi. Jax Taylor thanks the staff and patrons of his namesake bar. To the incredible team at Jax's Studio City, what we've built over the past 2 years wasn't just a bar, but something far bigger, a place full of memories, laughter, and community, he wrote in the post. Thank you to each of you for your hard work, putting up with me through the highs and lows, and showing up every day to make everyone feel welcome. You made this place what it is, and I can't thank you enough. The carousel featured a photo collage of Jax's most memorable moments at the bar, including celebrations with his fellow Bravolebrities and karaoke nights with customers. To the amazing fans and loyal patrons I've had the honor of meeting personally, thank you for sharing your stories, your energy, and making this place feel like home, Jax continued. We've laughed together, sang together, and shared more stories than I can count. Some of the best moments I've had have been here, under our roof, and I just wanted to thank you all for being part of this incredible journey. Jax Taylor reflects on ending his partnership with Jax's Studio City. The Valley dad returned to the bar earlier this week as crew members removed the Jax's signage from the building. He spoke about the bittersweet moment during a quick chat with Briefing on Bravo, reiterating his reasons for stepping away from the bar. We had a really great run. I was very blessed to have something like this with my business partner here, he said before gesturing to restaurateur Leo Ameri. It is bittersweet, but it's also something that I need to do for myself, to go in the right direction that I need to go in. I think this is a step towards that. Is Jax Taylor's bar closing down for good? Leo suggested he was surprised by Jax's decision to leave the bar, but fully supported the move. He also told Timms that the Studio City bar was not closing down, but would operate under a different name. Jax reassured fans that he wouldn't be gone forever, as he planned to return to the bar to host some events. My priority right now is my mental health and my son, he continued. Those are the two most important things to me right now. That's my only concern right now. I think that's the best thing for me right now is to step away and take a little bit of a breather. Days before the Valley Season 2 reunion, Jax confirmed he was exiting the series and would not return for Season 3. Read what the father of one had to say about his departure. Jax Taylor, a man whose life had played out in the harsh glare of reality television for over a decade, felt a different kind of light on him today. The gentle, almost melancholic illumination of a chapter closing. He walked through the mostly empty bar, his footsteps echoing in the silence. The usually vibrant space, which had pulsed with laughter, shouted orders, and the clinking of glasses for 2 years, felt hollow. He ran his hand over the polished mahogany bar, a surface that had witnessed countless toasts, tearful confessions, and the occasional spilled drink. A ghost of a smile touched his lips as he recalled a particularly raucous karaoke night, LVP herself attempting a surprisingly tuneful rendition of Don't Stop Believin', much to the delight of the patrons. Just a few days ago, the decision had been made public. Jax Taylor, the self-proclaimed one guy in the group, the bartender who'd become a reality TV sensation, was stepping away from the very establishment that bore his name. The reasons, he told the world, were clear: mental health and his 4-year-old son, Cruz. But the simplicity of those words belied the complex emotional tapestry woven beneath them. He paused by a wall adorned with a collage of photos. There he was, grinning, arm in arm with Tom Schwartz, high-fiving a cheering crowd, or simply raising a glass with a regular who had become a friend. Each image was a fragment of a memory, a testament to the community he'd helped build. It wasn't just a bar, it was a gathering place, a sanctuary for some, a place where people felt seen, heard, and celebrated. He remembered the early days, the frantic scramble to get everything just right, the late nights poring over menus and drink lists with Leo Ameri, his business partner. Leo, ever the calm counterbalance to Jax's sometimes chaotic energy, had been a rock. Their partnership, a surprising success given Jax's past volatile relationships, had thrived on a shared vision and a mutual respect. To the incredible team at Jax's Studio City, he'd written in his Instagram post, the words now swirling in his mind. What we've built over the past 2 years wasn't just a bar, but something far bigger, a place full of memories, laughter, and community. He thought of Maria, the no-nonsense bar manager who could juggle a dozen orders while simultaneously calming a disgruntled customer. He thought of David, the quiet, efficient server who knew every regular's drink order by heart. He thought of all of them, the unsung heroes who had poured their sweat and dedication into making the place what it was. Thank you to each of you for your hard work, putting up with me through the highs and lows, and showing up every day to make everyone feel welcome. You made this place what it is, and I can't thank you enough. The gratitude was genuine, a deep wellspring of appreciation for those who had stood by him, who had endured his moods, celebrated his triumphs, and picked him up after his stumbles. Running a business, especially a bar in the cutthroat Los Angeles scene, was a relentless grind. There were good days when the cash register hummed and the laughter flowed freely, and there were bad days when problems piled up and the stress threatened to overwhelm him. They had seen him through it all. He moved towards the entrance, the Jax's signage still proudly displayed above the door. Earlier this week, he'd been there as the crew began removing it, a bittersweet moment, as he described it to briefing on Bravo. We had a really great run. I was very blessed to have something like this with my business partner here. It is bittersweet, but it's also something that I need to do for myself, to go in the right direction that I need to go in. I think this is a step towards that. Leo had been there too, his quiet support a comforting presence. He'd seemed surprised by Jax's decision, but unequivocally supportive. The bar wasn't closing, Leo had clarified to TMZ, just operating under a different name. A fresh start for the establishment, just as Jax was seeking one for himself. To the amazing fans and loyal patrons I've had the honor of meeting personally, thank you for sharing your stories, your energy, and making this place feel like home. He continued his mental recitation of the Instagram post. He remembered the woman who had traveled from out of state just to meet him, sharing her own struggles with mental health and finding solace in his public honesty. He remembered the couple who had their first date at the bar and later returned to celebrate their engagement. These were the connections that truly mattered, the ones that transcended the fleeting fame of reality television. He felt a pang of sadness, a dull ache in his chest, knowing that these daily interactions would now be less frequent. But he also felt a surge of liberation. The weight of responsibility, the constant pressure to be on, to maintain a public persona, had been immense. And beneath it all, the quiet whispers of his own mind, the struggles he kept largely hidden, had grown louder. His son, Cruz, a vibrant, curious 4-year-old, was a constant reminder of what truly mattered. Every giggle, every scraped knee, every bedtime story reinforced the profound shift in his priorities. The late nights at the bar, the endless demands of the business, had begun to steal precious moments with his son. He couldn't afford to miss any more. And his mental health, that was the big one. The constant scrutiny, the online trolls, the pressure to perform for the cameras, had taken a toll. He'd wrestled with anxiety and self-doubt for years, but now, with the clarity that fatherhood brought, he knew he couldn't ignore it any longer. Stepping away wasn't a defeat. It was a strategic retreat, a recalibration. My priority right now is my mental health and my son, he declared. Those are the two most important things to me right now. That's my only concern right now. I think that's the best thing for me right now is to step away and take a little bit of a breather. He wasn't gone forever, he promised. He planned to return to host events, to stay connected to the community he cherished. But the daily grind, the ownership, the responsibility that was behind him. He looked around the bar one last time, a silent farewell to a place that had been so much more than just a business. It was a monument to a chapter of his life, a testament to growth, a stage for countless stories. As he turned to leave, a faint glimmer of sunlight caught a dust motes dancing in the air, illuminated by the promise of a new dawn. Jax Taylor was stepping into that light, uncertain of what lay ahead, but armed with a newfound clarity and the unwavering conviction that he was finally moving in the right direction.